Welcome back. I'm here again for Standard 7 Subject Science. As we have studied the chapter number 9, soil. So in the first and second part, we have studied soil teeming with life. That means full of things. In life, what we have done with soil, that is, we have studied about it. And in second, soil profile. As the word profile means, it's just the layers. The layers are called as profile. As any businessman or anything, what you say, that what is the profile, that means what are the layers, what are the steps they have taken. And the third, in science, as we see, any characteristics or properties of substance is being defined that with types. So the third one is soil types, which we have studied. So there are how many types? 3 types: clay soil, sandy soil, and loamy soil. And after that, in science, types are first defined, and then what are the properties we are going to define. So properties of soil we have studied. And with the properties of soil, as the term soil is there, so what is the moisture in soil? Because soil is necessary for agriculture and for food for plants. As you know, plants is the main source for food for all living organisms. Without plants, not a single living organism can survive. Because as you know, plants grow, and plants is eaten by the herbivores, and herbivores is eaten by the carnivores, and the omnivores, they eat both herbivores and carnivores. Due to the plant, all the living organisms stays and live. So plants is the main source of energy, main source of food for all living beings. And with that, the moisture in soil, the plants where they grow above the land. And plants needs soil. So the moisture required, as the plant grow, they absorb water and minerals from the soil. So the characteristics and the chemical properties of soil is we have studied. And now, why moisture is required in the soil, now we have studied also. So in this part, we are going to study absorption of water by soil and soil in crops. So absorption means, what do you mean by absorption? It means that what amount of water is absorbed by soil and how much amount of water is required to grow plants. And the last one is soil and crops. The correlation between soil and crops we are going to study in that last part. So we are going to study now absorption of water by soil. Do oil in the soil absorbs water to the same extent? Do oil soil absorbs water at the same extent? As we have seen, sandy soil has large particles, clay soil has smaller particles, loamy soil has even smaller. But in clay soil, we know the silt is also there. Loamy soil, silt, and clay is also there. So each and every different types of soil needs different the space between two particles between the soil. According to the space, water absorption is recorded over there. So with that absorption, the plants, which plant needs more water, which plant needs less water, they are being characterized in different properties. So there is an activity given here at 9.6. Take a plastic funnel, take a filter paper or a piece of newspaper sheet, fold it and place it as shown in the figure 9.7. As we are going to use filter paper and this, so we are going to take a beaker, and in that we are taking a funnel, and inside the funnel we are going to take a filter paper or a newspaper. So in this paper we are going to add soil in it. So the initial amount of water what we are going to take, as we have studied in maths, anything which gets the result, the product is being defined by the initial and the final product. The final product which we get is called as the final. So we are going to use the amount of water, initial amount of water. So initial amount of water is being recorded as U. we are going to add water in it. So take approximately 500 ml of water. We have taken 500 ml of water, or take a smaller quantity, 50 ml, because the beaker is small. 50 ml of water, we are going to pour it in a drop by drop with the help of a dropper. So 50 ml of water is being dropped inside this soil, and some drops of water will be drained into this beaker. The amount of water which is absorbed in the soil, and the amount of water which is left in the beaker, we are going to study about this. So amount of water left in the beaker is called as V. We are going to say as V. This is the final amount, initial amount of water, volume, and this is the left behind the volume. So U minus V will be getting as the water absorbed by soil. Clear? So this equation, as you know, the initial amount of water which we have taken as 50 ml, and we have poured it drop by drop inside the soil, and the water which drains out funnel into the beaker, this is the amount of water which is being left, is the V. Clear? So this is the activity which we are going to study about in this chapter. So measure a certain amount of water in a measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil. You can use a dropper for this purpose. Do not let all the water fall at one spot. We are not going to fall water at only the center spot. We are going to drop water in the whole funnel in each and every place of the soil. Pour water all over the soil. Keep pouring water till it starts dripping. Subtract the amount, that is V, which is left inside the beaker. You have started with. This is the amount of water retained by the soil. So the amount of water which is retained by the soil is U minus V. From the amount you started with, this is the amount of water retained by the soil. Record your results in your notebook in the following manner. Weight of soil, 50 grams. What is the weight of soil? 50 grams. That is called as mass. Yeah, weight of soil is 50 grams. Initial volume of water in the measuring cylinder, that is U ml, and the volume which is retained in the beaker is the V. The volume of water absorbed by the soil is U minus V. So weight of water absorbed by the soil is also called as U minus V. The water weight is also being measured between liters and the grams. So 1 ml of water has weight equal to 1 gram. So percentage of water absorbed is, as we are going to understand the percentage, so the amount of water retained by the soil divided by the weight of the soil into, we are going to find out the percentage. In each and everything we need to find with a percentage, it's been multiplied with 100. So this is the percentage of soil which is retained in the soil. So repeat this activity with different soil samples. Would you get the same results for all the samples? Discuss the results with your friends and answer the questions. So which soil would have the highest percolation rate? As the word percolation. Percolation means, as we are studying, that the draining of water through filter. So the draining of water through filter. So which type of soil has the highest amount of draining of water? Which drains more water? Why? Because the water which drains more, they have a larger space. Larger space means, bada space means, the sandy soil has the large particles. So sandy soil drains more amount of water. And which will have the lowest percolation rate? That is sandy, that lower percolation, filtered absorption. And the highest percolation rate is clayey soil, because as space between two particles is less, the water retains more. The percolation rate is highest in clayey soil, and which is the lowest in sandy soil. And loamy soil has the moderate rate. So, which soil would have the lowest percolation rate? Sandy soil. So, Bujo heard that his neighbors that 8 to 10 days after the rain, the level of water in a pond or well rises. Which type of soil will you allow water to reach a well faster and greater amount? Because it cannot absorb water, the sandy soil is the amount. So, which type of soil retains the highest amount of water and which retains the least? The retains highest amount, clayey soil, retains least, sandy soil. Can you suggest any method to let more rainwater percolate and reach the water underground? So, this is the absorption of water by the soil we have studied. Now we are going to study soil and crops, the relation between the soil and the crops. So, different types of soils are found in different parts of India. As you know, what is the origin of the soil? It is the big rock which is broken into smaller particles due to the weathering. And weathering causes, what are the cause of weathering? It's the climate change, it's the rain, it's the wind. They are the causes for weathering. And with the causes of this weathering, the larger rocks is broken down into smaller particles. And then the soil is drained through the rocks. So different types of soils are found in different parts of India. In some parts there is clay, in some parts there is loamy soil, while in some other parts there is sandy soil. The soil is affected by wind. As I have said earlier, soil is affected by wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity. That is called as weathering. These are some important climatic factors which affect the soil profile. As the what these factors affect the soil profile and bring changes in the soil structure. The climatic factors as well as the components of soil determine the various types of vegetation and crops that might grow in any region. So, which type of soil has which type of crops be grown in that particular area is being determined. Clay and loamy soils are both suitable for growing cereals like wheat and gram. Clay and loamy soils, they are both suitable for cereals, pulses like wheat and gram, cereals. Such soils are good at retaining water. As clayey soil and loamy soil retains more amount of water, so these cereals can be grown over that. And wheat and other cereals needs more amount of water. So clay soil, due to the smaller size in parts, so much smaller size in particles, they retain less amount of air and retain more amount of water in them. Such soils are good at retaining water. For paddy, what do you mean by paddy? The rice, sugarcane. For paddy soils which paddy is a term related to the rice and sugar. Rice. The soils rich in clay and organic matter and having a good capacity to retain water are ideal. So for paddy, that is rice, they need more amount of water. As they need more amount of water, so which soil is needed? Clay soil. Because they have more amount of silt in it and clay in it. And the particles are smaller, fine particles. As they have fine particles, they can retain more amount of water and that crop is grown in that particular kind of soil. For lentils, masoor and other pulses, loamy soils which drain water easily are required. For cotton, sandy loam or loam which drain water easily and can hold plenty of air are more suitable. So for cotton, they need plenty of air and the amount should be drained fast. So they need plenty of air, and which soil is suitable for growing water and for growing cotton, sandy loam or loam soil is suitable for growing cotton. Crops such as wheat are grown in the fine clay soil because they are rich in humus. What is humus? The dead organic particles, the dried leaves, they are called as humus, and which is the uppermost layer of the soil, because they are rich in humus and are very fertile. So fertility is also essential for the growing of agriculture, for growing of crops. So in this soil, humus is more, that means the fertility is also more. Find from your teachers, parents and farmers the types of soil and crops grown in your area. Enter the data in the following table. Which kind of soil will be most suitable for planting rice? Planting rice. Which type of soil? Clayey soil. Soil with a higher or lower rate of percolation? They need higher rate of percolation. And now the last part is soil erosion. Soil erosion means the soil which have been washed away by water, that is mainly rainwater. They are washed away by water from one place to another place is called as soil erosion. And when soil is being eroded from that particular place, the water which goes inside to the sea or any river, that soil is being washed away and the soil fertility is being reduced. As the soil fertility remains on the uppermost layer of the particle of the soil, so that uppermost layer is being washed away. So that is called as soil erosion. And soil erosion is being, उसको हम कैसे बचाएंगे soil erosion को? Is being, we have to grow more amount of plants. As more amount of trees are being grown, the roots which holds the soil cannot be washed away. Clear? So this is called as soil erosion. So here a case study is also given there, that John, Rashida and Radha went to Liladhar Dada and Santosh Malviya of Sohagpur in Madhya Pradesh. Liladhar Dada was preparing the soil to make items like surahi, matki. Surahi, a small bottle like the neck with a like a small this is called as surahi, and the matki which we are using in our house, they are called as matki. So Liladhar Dada was preparing the soil to make items like surahi, matki, kalla, earthen frying pan, etc. The following is a conversation they all had with Liladhar Dada. So these three students, these three people went to Liladhar Dada and discussed the conversation about the soil. So where was the soil obtained from? So Dada has said, we brought the black soil from the piece of barren land. How is the soil prepared? Dry soil from the barren land, black soil. They are taking that soil, they keep there, they mix, that soil is dry. So in that soil they mix water and horse dung. So dry soil will be placed in a large tank and will be cleaned for pebbles, etc. The large particles is being cleaned from that soil. After removing these things, the soil will be soaked for around 8 hours. Soil के अंदर पानी डाल के उसको भिगा के रखना जरूरी है. So it is the time taken for water in the soil, they will be kept for around 8 hours. This soil would be kneaded after mixing horse dung. The kneaded soil would be placed on the wheel and given appropriate shape. The final shape is given with hands. अब वो जब मिट्टी तैयार हो जाती है हॉर्स डंग के साथ में मिक्स करके 8 घंटे तक they keep that soil in the water अंदर डाल के soil को गीला रखते हैं, and then in that horse dung is being added and they will mix it very properly, as we've seen the dough being made by our mom in the kitchen. Clear? So they will made prepared and then they are being moved on a table, and with the hands they give a final shape to the surahi or matki. And the given shape, the final shape is given with hands. The items are then colored after 3 days of drying. अब 3 दिन रखने के बाद जब सूख जाएगा, because the water inside the mud is being absorbed and they are being thrown out in the atmosphere. All the items are baked at high temperature after drying in the air. अब वो कंप्लीट हो जाने के बाद 3 दिन सुखाने के बाद they are being baked inside the bhatti. So they are being baked with a high temperature. Why is the horse dung mixed in soil? Burnt horse dung helps open up the pores in the soil. It helps to open up the pores in the soil, so that water could percolate, yani filtered out of the matkas and surais, evaporate and cools the water inside. Water जब पानी बाहर आएगा तो वो evaporate होगा, evaporate होने के साथ में जो पानी मटकी के अंदर रहेगा, so that will be cooled due to moisture outside the surai or matkas. You know, Suhagpuri surais and matkas are famous in far off places like Jabalpur, Nagpur, Prayagganj, erstwhile Allahabad, etc. So the case study has been studied for the 3 students, John, Rashida and Radha. Where they went? They went to Leeladhar Dada. Okay students, so with this we have completed this chapter, and on Friday we are going to send, after this chapter, after this part, I am going to send a PDF with the notes and the question answers. So read the notes twice, thrice, and then write the question answers and the notes which I will give you through the PDF. Okay students, thank you.